Hi, everyone. We have another distinguished guest. She is a compassionate registered nurse and arts in health professional dedicated to harnessing the transformative power of arts in medicine. With a passion for non-pharmaceutical interventions, she's driven to improve patient outcomes and well-being through innovative and holistic approaches. So as a nurse, she has witnessed firsthand the impact of arts on patients' healing journey. And as a content writer and poetry enthusiast, she believes in the power of words to inspire, educate, and connect. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Bisola Ajayi. Correct? Did I read that correctly?
It's nice to meet everyone. It's nice to be here. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
So, yes, as I founded Thrive Freelancing Academy, mentoring aspiring virtual assistants, I also aim to elevate nursing in the Philippines. So, it's an honor to have you here. So, please tell us first something about yourself, like family, passion, or hobbies that you do, aside from writing, aside from your nursing profession.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Bisola Ajayi and I am a registered nurse, a spoken word artist. So one thing that I do aside from nursing is to, perform. I write. I am a poet. So I write poetry and presently I'm learning how to paint and draw and all of that.
Wow. Arts, right? Awesome. Thank you for sharing. So let's start with the first question. So, as both an RN and a creative director or arts in healthcare advocate, you sit at the unique intersection of science and art. Can you share an example of a specific time when applying a creative solution, whether through art, communication, or a novel process, fundamentally improved a patient outcome or a challenging workflow in a clinical setting?
Okay, so I'll start by saying that I started from redefining what creativity means. So to me, creativity is not a regular definition. It means breaking out of a pattern. And when we say art and science, I do not believe that they are words and opposites. I do not believe that they are words and opposites per se. I believe that creativity is how you can connect to the soul, which science actually explains. And one thing is that I believe that to be creative, you have to break out of something that you are used to doing. That's great. Once you do something that you don't used to do normally, that is creativity. So one person inspired me. She's Tara Rinders. She's a dancing nurse. She calls herself a dancing nurse. And basically what she does is that she uses dance as a mental yardstick to encourage healthcare professionals. So she helps them to express themselves through dancing. And she
Wow.
was one of my best inspiration. I'm not sure which country she is right now, but she has this thing that she has going on that she just visits different hospitals, meet with nurses, then they organize a beautiful conference, then they all dance, they express their body,
Wow.
they move their body, and
So nice.
the you see from the laughs and from the happiness that they just feel better about themselves. So she's one of my biggest inspiration, and she's one of the people that inspired me. So it made me see that art goes beyond painting, it goes beyond poetry. It is just how basically creative expression. So one practical way that I have used creativity is sitting down with patients and allowing them to express themselves.
Mm.
Sometimes writing does, sometimes giving them pen, pencil, paper, just draw something out, like just express yourself. These are the things
Mhm.
that you not just about pharmaceutical approaches like using drugs and all of that. Sometimes
Yeah.
these two things like expressing themselves, some of them will talk about what happened with their family one time. Some people will talk about, oh, this thing happened one time and it just really affected me. Oh, my brother spoke to me this way. It might seem like it's not relevant in their healing journey, but trust me, it is, because those are the things that heal the mind. And once the mind is set aflame, once the mind is healthy, then the journey to physical recovery too has kick started.
Yeah. Yeah, I also believe that with drawing, like We are in touch with our inner child and it makes us happy, correct? Hmm. Number two
Yeah.
questions. I know I resonate with you also because we are both mental health advocate and you as top nurse voice, you have a platform to discuss the unspoken challenges of healthcare. What responsibility do you feel to share your own story and what is the single most important message you try to convey to fellow nurses who are struggling with burnout or mental health challenges today?
Okay, so the core of my message is creative expression. The core of everything that I said and all my message is just to express yourself creatively. I believe so much in creative expression, and I know that there is a way it helps your health and even your healing journey. So most of the time, I share my story. So me sharing my story is me expressing myself, my
Mm,
challenges as a nurse, what I go through, the things I see every day. And I
mm,
notice most times that when I post something as little as something I went through during my day as a nurse, I notice that a lot of people relate to it. So
yeah.
that journey relatability it makes me responsible that oh this person feels the same thing that I felt, and it makes me more accountable in how I share my journey. So yes, I think I answered your question. Did I?
Awesome. Yes, yes. I actually honestly like find you really influential through LinkedIn and you have used LinkedIn as a platform to express yourself as well. And many people has resonated with you too, right?
Thank you.
Okay, so let's go with question number three. The transition from being a bedside RN to a creative director, which involves setting a vision and developing a strategic blueprint, requires a massive shift in focus. What essential creative leadership principle did you bring from the floor of the hospital to your director role? And how do you ensure that your strategies remain grounded in the reality of clinical practice?
Okay, so as a nurse, I believe that you have to adapt your care into taking care of every other person. We call it individualized care,
Mm,
individualized in nursing, and it means that you have to adapt to each and everyone. We are not the same. Like everyone has their own specificity. Like some people, maybe you have to cater for their mood, you have to notice their body language, you have to notice their approach, the way they express their pain. We don't have the same pain threshold. And these are the things that we notice as a nurse. So it has helped me noticing all these things. It has helped me to know how to apply these things into the real world experiences and able to create innovative ways to serve my target audience. So me knowing that, oh, we are not the same. I have to do things that is individualized for each and every person that I'm, serving, even as a leader. So I know that I have to represent them and let them see themselves in my story. I
mm.
don't know if if that makes sense.
Yes, I really feel that you follow the individualized care plan like it's personalized, it's
Yes.
unique and different among each of your patient, your approach, right? So let's go with number four question. As a writer, you have the power to shape the public narrative around nursing. What common misconception about the nursing profession are you most passionate about correcting or reframing through your work? And what is the new modern definition of a nurse that you want the public to embrace?
Thank you very much for this question. So, hearing this question, I'm really so excited about it because it's something that I've been intentional about reframing. So, I'm passionate about reframing the media perspective of nursing.
Mm-mm.
If you see, I don't know if it is only from because I am from Nigeria, and I don't know if it is only from my side of the country, but I've noticed that there is a way nursing is represented that, oh, they are slaves to the doctors, or
Yeah.
oh, they are assistants to doctors, or they are this, they are that. There are even some media personnel, there are some media outlets that will say, oh, nurses are talkative, they gossip a lot, or all these kind of things are negative stereotypes that I've noticed in the media. And that is why I'm committed to, reframing that negative stereotype into showing that we nurses, we are not like that. We are people of diligence. We are people that love what we do. We don't have
Mhm.
time to be gossiping and all of those things. And I'm also passionate about showing that nursing is much of an artwork than hard work. Like we are more about into soul, like making sure that the person is actually okay. Because when we look at our care plan, we notice the pain, we notice the anxiety, we
Mhm.
notice the subtle things that might not seem much to the other healthcare professionals. But those are the things that we notice to make sure that the patient is holistically healed and holistically okay. So these are the things that I want to reframe as nurses, that we are people of dignity. Nursing
Yeah.
profession is something that very, very important even in the society. Our work is not something that can be taken over by just anybody. It is something of the art. It is not something that people can just come and change anyhow, and anybody can just come even without license. I can just come and do anything anyhow. It is something that we were professionally trained for and we are qualified to do. So that is one of the things that I am looking to change. And I also really believe that when nurses begin to leave their circle, like their box that people have boxed them in, maybe the four walls of a hospital facility, that you just have to work, just be in the hospital, you don't have to go elsewhere. I want to reframe that, and that is the reason why I'm moving outside of our comfort zone as nurses and showing that we can be so much more outside of the four walls of the hospital. We can do much better. We can revolutionize the healthcare system by showing up, by giving out our voices, by sharing our experiences, by making people know that, oh, we really know what we are doing and we are really doing the work. So that people will not just, because if we don't say it ourselves, people will say it for us. They will guess. They will say, oh, they are just giving injections. They are just they're just laughing with patients in the hospital. They are not really doing so much. But when we share it ourselves, when we share our struggles, our experiences, our voice, we will be heard and will be acknowledged. So that is what I represent. And I'm looking forward to, making it to the global stage where I can really share that people are nursing is a profession of dignity, and it is something that we are proud to do. We are not competing with any other healthcare professionals. We are
Mhm.
not trying to be the first per se. We are not trying to be the number one that they will listen to in healthcare system. We are trying to collaborate and make
Yeah.
sure that it works out as a whole system, not just as nurses.
Mhm. Amazing. It's actually the same with Philippines, Nigeria, that we think people see us as slaves of doctor, and I actually like also get to see that we can study to be practitioners. We can actually be independent without the permission of the doctor, and like we can also prescribe if we have the right licenses. So yeah, we'll talk further about the virtual assistance part of the healthcare, and that's where I want to make difference also. Actually, LinkedIn also helped me to dream big again for my profession, because for a time I really wasn't able to expose myself to the hospital care, bedside care. I just had 6 months training, and I worked in the BPO and then now in the virtual assistance world. So last questions for you, Miss Bisola. If you could distill your entire career as an RN, creative director, advocate, and speaker into one single principle or practice that every person could adopt for their own holistic well being, what would that be, and why is it so crucial in our current healthcare climate?
Okay, so one principle that connects everything that I do, from mental advocacy to
Top
nursing to
voice.
being a leader, yes, thank you very much, is the fact that healing starts from within. Honestly, as short as that is, healing starts from within. If
Yeah.
the mind is restless, if the soul is not in peace, then physical recovery is not going to be smooth. And we, the doctors, the nurses, the healthcare team, we just keep trying. What do we do? And we won't know that, oh, there is something that is actually um, making the person restless, anxious inside. So I really believe that when the body, the mind, and the purpose, when they align, the job of the healthcare team can even become easier. So I believe that patients can recover faster when their soul and their mind is at peace, and they are really focused on their healing journey. So there are a lot of things that brings a patient to the hospital. There are a lot of things, a lot of illnesses, to be honest. And most of the times we don't know what actually caused that thing. It could be more than hypertension, it could be more than diabetes mellitus. And one thing that I believe is that we need to start paying attention to those subtle signs that a patient shows aside from physical symptoms, to help in even aiding their recovery journey, not just pharmaceutical care, but mental health, and also the way they react to their healing. You will be surprised that there are some patients that don't even want to go to the hospital. They don't want to be
Yeah.
okay, because they notice that when they are in the hospital, when they are not feeling too well, they get the attention from their family, they get attention from their neighbors, the attention that they don't get if they are not
Yeah,
feeling fine. If
that's
they're feeling
true.
fine, so they want that attention, that, oh, she's not feeling fine, she's in the hospital, let's take fruits to her, let's do this and let's care for her. So they crave that attention. So most times it's not that they are really sick, they just want that attention. So when we
Yeah.
start paying attention to these little things, we will notice that what they really need is not drug. They need someone who really care for them, who give
Yeah.
them that attention. So that's the core of my message, that when we allow people to like creatively express themselves. So in that kind of a patient, if you find time to speak with them, you will notice that their problem is not exactly the drug
Yeah.
or the thing that is actually wrong with them. It is the fact that they need to express themselves. They need to connect with someone. They need that attention. So when you give them that, automatically the physical journey, the physical symptoms will reduce,
Goes
and you'll be like,
away.
oh, I'm
Yeah.
not feeling fine, what's going on? So that is just what I think that is. And also, I'm also passionate about healthcare professionals, because we go through a lot. Honestly, we see a lot of things as nurses, especially because we are the ones that we are always with the patient 24/7. We see them, we are always with them, we know what they go through. When they are crying about pain, we are there. So I believe that we take all these things in, and I believe that we need to find time to express ourselves too, like not just about the patients. We need to find times to let go of the burnout. And most times when we are off duty, or when we are not, you know, during our shifts, we are not on duty, or um we just sleep. Honestly, we just sleep, or most of the time we are just too burnt out to find something else to do. Maybe you take a walk, go for therapy,
Mm,
do yoga and all of those things. We are too tired to do all of that. So most of us that I know, we just sleep. And I believe that that is not really a way to balance the
yeah.
mental and physical needs that we give every time. I believe that we pour to others, we point whether, so we should also be make ourselves available to be poured into. You should be able to receive love, attention, and even care from other people, and also give it to ourselves. What we give to others, you'll be surprised that there are a lot of nurses that they don't even like to take drugs, they don't they
Yeah.
don't like to take injections, and that is what they do every single day. So I believe that we need to balance the equation of, okay, I'm giving to my patients, I'm taking care of them, am I also getting that same care when I'm not feeling fine? Am I paying attention to myself? Am I, taking a walk? Am I okay psychologically? Am I fine? Is my life balanced? Those are the things that is very, very for us as nurses, because it is when we are okay that we can also really care for that patient. There are a lot
Yeah.
of times that we are just so tired, honestly, and we just keep it moving that okay, let me just care for this patient. But when we care for ourselves first, we can have that ability to also pour into others and take care of them really well. And I also believe that nurses can rediscover their joy when they start connecting with people and with the reason why they started in the first place. So a lot of us, we had a lot of reasons why we joined nursing, why we started this healing journey. Okay, I wanted to be a nurse and a
Mhm.
lot of things. But I believe that most of the time when the stress, the burnout and all of this, when it happens, we forget the major reason why we started in the first place. So letting go of the hospital environment, like just using your off time, your off day, or your when you are free to rediscover that purpose that made you actually become a nurse. When you find that purpose again, it will help to, redefine the reason why you are doing the things that you are doing, and also pay attention to ourselves. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. That's a lot. I mean, I feel that you're a person with a really, really high emotional quotient. Like this compassion, this empathy you have for patients, like if all nurses would be like you, what a better healthcare we could have. And it's such an honor to have you. Personally, I wasn't really feeling a really, really good nurse then because when my father died, I got depressed and I got attached to a person and then they they went away. So the moment I got reconnected with God or like my creator, the church and the family, that's where I felt love and all the more I feel that I need to give back by showing people that love. Do you also have like a deep relationship with God? Like you also attend every Sunday to reconnect with your kingdom family?
Yes, yes. I believe that God is a very important equation, even in the healthcare system.
Yeah.
Like, even connecting with everything, I believe that it is the major equation that connects everything together. It makes it make sense because there are times when, even most times, not even there are times, most times for me, when I'm going to my shifts, when I'm busy, when I have things that I have to do, I just pray to God for strength. I pray to
Wow.
God for strength because I know that most of the things that I do, I need the strength of God to, do it in a way that will please God. Because there are times when you are just so burnt out and you just do things and you just make mistakes. And mistakes is not allowed in our profession. You can't afford to,
Yeah.
as much
It's
as
about
that
life
sounds
and death. Yeah.
unrealistic, as much as not making mistakes sounds unrealistic, because at the end of the day we are humans. But then you need the strength of God and clarity to be able to do things without making mistakes, to be able to be composed. So yes, definitely God is a very big equation. And then aside from that, I would like to share the fact that a lot of times the source of some people's sicknesses is not coming from the physical realm. They
Yeah.
just come. We don't know the things that they are. I don't know if you are so traditional, but in Nigeria, there are a lot of things that happen, a lot of things that happen in the spiritual realm that people have involved themselves in. And then there is the repercussion that happens, and you don't know because you are the nurse. You don't know what they've been through all their life, and they just
Yeah.
come to the hospital to say, "Oh, I'm having fever. I'm having this and that." You don't know that there is a spiritual thing to it. So
Yes.
if you are not spiritually sensitive um to the things that is actually going on, you might fall victim. There are a
Yeah.
lot of stories. I don't know. I don't want to share here because it's
Scary.
a podcast. But there are a lot of things that has happened that we have seen in the clinical system that you think there are even some patients that will bring diabolical means to
Mm.
for healing. they will say, oh, come and take this, bathe this soap, do
No.
this, do that, so that the healing will be faster, or maybe this won't be heal
Mhm.
faster. And then they just bring it, and it's something that could be very, very deadly to your own self as the
Yeah.
nurse. So if you are not spiritually inclined to be able to know that, oh, there is something going on with this patient, you will lose out, and God forbid something bad happens. So yes, I believe that God is a big equation, and at the end of the day, at the end of it all, we are not we are not the healers. God is the only healer. So at the
Yeah.
end of the day, all we do is do our best. We give the drugs. We are not the one doing the activity in the system of that person. So all we do is try our best, and God is the healer. So I really believe the fact that God is the healer. There
Mm.
are a lot of times that it's against our practice to offer religious things to a patient, that, oh, I believe God can heal you. But sometimes I pray for my patients. I pray that,
Yeah.
oh God, please, this person, just heal this person, because they need your hand. I can't do anything more than what I'm already doing, but I
Yeah.
need your help in this particular area. So at the end of the day, the person that we are all looking up to as the healer of everything that we are doing is God. So
Yeah.
he's the basis of everything that we are doing, and the beginning and the end. So there is no how. I go to church, I pray, and if I even serve as the choir and all of that. So yes,
Yeah.
I really believe in God. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for asking that question.
I also believe that all these physical manifestation, diseases, conditions are just a reflection of what's really going on inside the soul, the spirit, right? So I feel like if we are connected to the divine grace, merciful God, I mean, we can actually be a spiritual doctor. But I learned also that we cannot save all people. What we can do is to save ourselves, to just really be like, sometimes if you need rest, right? Like you draw, go to nature, because I feel God's love through nature. So
Yeah.
I want to ask, because if I'll be given a chance to study, I would want to pursue trauma therapy. I want to learn
Mm.
about that to help people who are depressed, mentally ill. I also want to write a book and also mentor a lot of people. But for now, this is my opportunity. I mentor aspiring virtual assistants, because my question is, do you see yourself also being connected with people online? Because in reality, the work of the nurse is really sometimes draining, right? And I feel like with connecting with the people I want to connect with online, I mean, I'm able to protect my peace, protect my mental health. So do you see yourself also becoming a virtual assistant sometime in the future, like not really connected to patient one on one, but just supporting remotely?
Yes, I really I think I am. It is not an aspect that I've so much explored, but I really look forward to doing that, because we cannot only reach people through physical means. There are a lot of audience that need you, that need me, that need our essence. And if you are only restricting yourself to a particular aspect,
Mhm.
to physical intervention, or when they come to the hospital like the regular way, you'll not be able to reach so much people and be able to build influence. So I really believe that remote um, remote work and virtual assistance is something that is needed, much needed, honestly, because you have to do much better. You have to be able to, give more of yourself to people. And seriously, I'm rooting for you. I'm really rooting
Wow.
for you. Like you can always reach out to me if you need help with anything, as long as it's writing and all of that. I'll be so glad to help, because I really want nurses to do other things aside from the hospital system, and make people know that we are more than just nurses. We have other things to offer. We have value that we can place on the table, and I
Yeah.
really love what you are doing. I'm so inspired by
Thank
you. Thank you so much
you.
for this.
No, I was
Mhm.
inspired by you actually. And I'm wondering if you are charging people when they invite you to talks, or is that for free all the time?
Yes, I actually charge, but then I felt like this was an opportunity to, have a conversation with you too. So
Thank you so
yes,
much for free.
thank you so much.
Yeah, so me, I was able only to charge people when I also got encouraged with a Nigerian salesperson. So I'm giving value, we're giving value, so we deserve also to be, charging people in exchange of our service. So thank you so much, Miss Bisola, and for our audiences, for those who are aspiring virtual assistants, please don't hesitate me for my mentorship program. Anything else you wanna tell our audience as your last words for this interview? Invite them. I'll also share your socials, Miss Pisola.
All right. So to the audience watching me, thank you so much. This is midnight here in Nigeria, and that's the
Sorry
reason
about
why it's
that.
dark.
Sleep time.
Permit me, but I just want to share that if you have something that you're so passionate about, please go for it. Don't delay, don't doubt yourself,
Wow.
don't look like you're the odd one out. So it's better to even be to be the odd one out. It's better to be weird because at the end of the day, the world loves crazy things. The world does not like things that are regular anymore. So go out of your box, be special, be proud of being special,
Wow.
and just do you, and the world will catch up later. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Miss Pisola. We're honored to have you and for sure for our community and our fellow nurses. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.